Tesla Model S may be getting a very much needed refresh much sooner than we thought, with more upgrades than we thought, per electric.co. They got some exclusive sources reporting to them about quite a few things being in the works in the release date being much sooner than everybody thought. I will tell you all about it, show you some of the pictures, spy pictures, I guess, that they got of what the new Model S and Model X interior is going to look like. Mainly, we've seen them before, but I think there's a couple of newer ones, so I'll tell you all about it coming up next. Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If you see that subscribe button down there, Yep, still there. Go ahead and click on it so you don't miss anything moving forward. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to our VIP list. The link in the description of this video. All right, let's talk about the Model S. You guys know that I've been talking about it for a long time. Model S and Model X are extremely outdated. The batteries, the interior hasn't been changed that much. The exterior, even though I absolutely love it, at some point they got to change that. Model 3 is becoming a much better car for less than half of the Model S, and definitely Model X is really 1/3 of Model X if you think about it. Then as somebody who is still considering the Model S as my next car, just cannot bring myself, and a lot of people don't seem to be able to bring themselves to buy one right now, with all the price changes and it being outdated in so many ways as far as the technology concerned. Tesla has to address this. I mean, the sales have been falling. The last quarter has been pretty bad for the Model S and Model X sales. Now, but it looks like the help is on its way. Now, let me remind you that probably the biggest thing that's outdated is now the batteries. It's old school Tesla batteries versus the 2170s that Model 3 has. And Elon did say, that they're not going to do this. They're not going to put the 2170 batteries in there. And this was back in June of last year. So almost a year ago. I'm sure that might have changed because at some point they got it, right? Now, we do know that the Panasonic, we just reported the Panasonic had announced that they're not going to invest any more money into the expansion of their Gigafactory where the batteries are made. But there are constraints and limitations. So Tesla and Panasonic got to figure out how to do this. This batteries need to be there, and just Model S needs to be at least as good as the cheapest version of Tesla in the Tesla lineup of the Model 3. It just needs to happen. Otherwise, I just don't see how anybody is gonna buy these cars. Oh, and especially that you can buy them used so much cheaper. I mean, I think I've showed you guys. I've seen one just recently for $48,000 with only like 11,000 miles, which is insane. So anyway, now the electric has been, they reported it a while back. They had some pictures leaked that I'll show you in a second of what the interior looks like, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But also now they are saying that some of the sources that they have inside that are familiar with the code, it looks like they're kind of judging it on what the new code, the software code looks like, are reporting that the refresh is coming. And I'm going to tell you what is coming, at least what they're reporting. And we're going to look at those pictures. Before that, of course, I want to remind you that this video and this channel is sponsored by Xcelerate Auto, the extended warranty for electric cars, including the Model 3, up to 125,000 mile coverage, only $100 deductibles. And if you browse to the description of this video to apply for yours, you can also pick yourself up a discount code for $100. They also do business leasing, so check that out as well. All right, so let's look at some of the pictures. Here's one, we've seen this before, and it looks like they're going for the same type of the interior as a Model 3, with a bigger screen, obviously, and no front display. Again, these are exclusively obtained by electric.co. Just want to make sure I give credit where the credit is due, even though they put it all over the place. But still, thank you to Fred and his crew. And here's another one. So it really almost exactly looks like the Model 3 interior. Here's one more, and this is, as you can see, this is a picture without the wheel there. So this is going to be a little bit of the display. It's much smaller. That's why I'm kind of saying there is no display there. And I am a little disappointed. I know people like the Model 3 interior. But the reason there is no big display right there is because, they're trying to make it cheaper, and it was okay. I mean, the monitor works. But here, I'm sorry, you gotta tell, a lot of people are just, the complaints are that the Model X and the Model S are just don't look and feel luxurious inside. And I gotta tell you, this is not going to help. Model 3 doesn't feel luxurious inside at all. As a matter of fact, I just really don't want to drive it for that reason, that it's just too simple and almost, yeah, okay, I don't want to say, but just too simple for my taste. There's no luxury element to it. So that's not the way to address those, kind of complaints. Now, yeah, it is. I really hope they. Another thing, my brain is exploding inside of my mouth, literally. The monitor being, let me go back to the picture. The monitor being bigger, but also horizontal instead of vertical. I think it's a huge user experience a mistake. I think now it's going to be much further to reach to control some of the things, especially zoom in and out. This is something I use a lot. This is going to be even further. The top to bottom architecture. This is something how people are already used to, and it's actually not a bad way to do it. Everything that's important on top and less important goes closer to the bottom. But you can customize it, right? You can kind of make it what's more important and what's more comfortable for you. But still, it has to be kind of top to bottom rather than left to right. I think this would be a mistake. Now, there are quite a few other things that they're saying that they're going to be updated. They're saying based on that source, Tesla Model S and Model X will get 2170 cells, and therefore the charging rate will probably be 250 at 250 kilowatts max. To me, this is the most important thing, if you ask me. Also, the whole thing might be coming in June. Now, originally the expectations were that it was closer to the end, definitely fall. I shouldn't closer to the end of the year, but definitely fall, and that's definitely surprising. Though at the same time, they gotta start selling these cars again, right? This was like amazing, top of the line, bestseller, and all that stuff, and it's lost its mojo. There are no news about the exterior design, which I think I can still live for another few years. And there's also some talk about CCS possibility. I don't know if it's going to be just for Europe or also for the United States. Now that Electrify America has been growing pretty fast. I mean, I've been seeing quite a few of those locations for Electrify America, and they can definitely support 250 kilowatt charging. And as we know, they've already promised that motors are going to be updated as well. So that is definitely something, if it's true, and a lot of times when stuff leaks to electric, it does turn out to be true. This is definitely great news in some ways, but let's break this down into positives and negatives. Of course, the positive is that, listen, it really needs this. It really needs this, and it looks like everything we're talking about, the faster charging rate. Obviously, the 2170 cells will also be able to have a longer range, maybe get into like 350, maybe even 360. Like, remember we were talking about 400 range, kind of reaching up there. So I think that would be great. The interior obviously needs an update, but I think they're going in the wrong direction. But nevertheless, an update is an update, so it's a good thing. And of course, if they're going to allow CCS, hopefully in the US, but definitely in Europe, just like with the Model 3, that gives you access to so many more fast charging stations. Ionity in Europe, Electrify America here in the United States, and there's Electrify Canada as well. So that would be great news. Now, as far as negative is concerned, well, the interior, to me, I think a lot of people will still going to be very hesitant, including me. Man, I don't want to have a nice large display in front of me. If anything, I would expect them to at least do something really cool with a heads-up display that's projected on the windshield. It doesn't seem like it's in works, even though many manufacturers out there already have it. I believe BMW has it on pretty much all of their models. So this is something Tesla really needs to get up to, and it is futuristic. So if you're gonna remove the front display, at least do the heads-up display, because that does make more sense. The horizontal monitor, I already told you guys, that is probably going to be a miss, but again, who knows? There will be tons of fans which is going to buy it because of Tesla, and that's just how the world goes around. Let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Is this something that you think is a good move forward? And especially about the interior, let me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our VIP list, just like I mentioned, at e4electric.com/VIP. The link is in the description of this video. And I want to quickly thank one of my newer Patreons, Michael D. Hecht. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community, the only place where you can watch me live. Thank you for that. And thank you to all of my Patreons for supporting my independent channel. If you guys want to become one of my Patreons, go to patreon.com/e4electric. That link is also in the description of this video. All right, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.